I've had a couple of experiences here that have led me to believe that there is the potential for spirit activity.
I see a really short shadow figure, completely solid black. I couldn't see through it. And I watch it turn towards the wall and then it vanishes. But on all the plans and all the architecture, this is listed as solitary confinement.
This is terrifying down here.
Yes. I'm gonna be in here alone in the creepiest part of this jail. Is there somebody down here with me?
I'm gonna come upstairs.
Up. What was that?
Did you just throw something over here?
Oh, something just touched the back of my neck. Ah! Oh. You all right?
All right, Ryan, we are back in Ohio. We're in Delaware County, in Delaware, at the Delaware County Jail.
This building is beautiful.
Oh yeah.
There's so much history in these walls, meaning that there could be so much paranormal activity waiting for us inside of here. We were invited to come here and investigate by a very reputable paranormal group called Tri-C Ghost Hunters. They've been investigating for decades, and they say that this place is haunted. That means I'm excited to get in here and see what we capture tonight. Let's go inside and meet up with Nova, a member of Tri-C Ghost Hunters, and have him tell us all about why they believe that the Delaware County Jail is haunted.
Let's do it, but before we get in there, guys, make sure that we can get this video up to 7,000 likes. So hit the thumbs up button and help us out.
Help us out, guys. Let's do this.
Let's go.
This building was built in 1878. I think every community needed a jail, and every community's law enforcement was run by a sheriff. And at that point in time, in the Victorian era, the sheriff lived in the front of the jail. His family lived there. They helped to manage the facility. They provided services for the inmates.
All right, Nova, so we are now inside the Delaware County Jail. We're getting ready to go into the cell block where they would keep the prisoners.
Yes. This is actually the original cell door that was built in 1878. This was made by the Motherwell Irons Works down in Lancaster.
Wow, this is beautiful.
The last inmate that walked out of here walked out in 1988, so it was in operation for 110 years. There's 4 tiers with 4 cells each, a total of 16 original cells. That's all they really needed for a county jail back in the day. By the 1980s, they were seeing some overpopulation. They hit a point of about 46 inmates that were back here. So they were doubled up in each cell, sometimes 3 per cell. Sometimes they just take those floor beds and they just kind of lay them out here wherever they would fit, and you slept where you slept.
You know, while at the time that this jail was built, it was very progressive. Walking in here now, it seems crude, and it was. By the time of the 80s, it was time to move on to something more secure, healthier, cleaner, better for people.
This is pretty small for 46 at one point.
Yeah. Well, they built it to be like, county jail, you just kind of stay here as you were waiting on trial, and then you'd go somewhere else, because we had the Ohio Penitentiary in Columbus or the Ohio State Reformatory in Mansfield later on. So there were other things that they could be doing. This was more safer, first-time nonviolent offenders. They'd be younger, just kind of staying for a short time.
Gotcha. Wow.
Yeah.
There were some artists in here, that is for sure.
Yeah. And I'm looking at it, like with the way that the beds are chained to the wall, by the time they actually had 2 or 3 people, they'd probably either stick them on that wall, and then any more would be in the middle. You might be underneath this guy's bunk. I couldn't imagine 4 people in one room.
Yeah, that is tiny.
Yeah.
The graffiti in this building is an interesting point of conversation. We weren't sure because some of the graffiti was quite graphic, but that's what history is. It's very messy. And it's not always appropriate, usually not appropriate for today's conversation. So we preserved the graffiti on the walls by taking an inventory in every cell and on every wall with photographs. And for some of the most graphic graffiti pieces, we have them covered with posters for bands from the last time that anyone was here, which was the late 70s and 80s.
People always like to ask if anyone's ever died in this prison.
Right.
The Historic Society is still looking into the deaths that have happened here. So far, we can think of 2. Like I said, it was finished construction in 1878. The sheriff at the time, his name was William Cutler. His wife Isabel passed away like right after they moved in here. And during the Victorian times, it was common practice to have your funerals and show the body in the parlor. So she actually would have been presented in there for a couple days before they moved her out.
I don't know anything about her passing, but I can tell you that at that time, the social culture was for the Victorians to hold funerals in their home. So potentially her funeral would have been held in the parlor of their residence here.
And then in 1958, the Historic Society found a obituary in the paper for a youth here named Arnold. He committed suicide by hanging in one of the cells. They didn't include that information in the obituary, so we're not sure which one it was, and we can't find that information in any of the Historic Society's records, but that was listed that someone has died back here in the cell area.
I've had a couple of experiences here that have led me to believe that there is the potential for spirit activity. I haven't seen anything with my own eyes yet, but I've heard things and I felt things, and I trust those around us. In the jail, there is a strong feeling of someone watching you from the second level.
One of our public walkthroughs, people were walking around looking inside the cells, and myself and Melissa with the Historic Society were sitting here at the tables. We're having our own conversation about something entirely different. And we both, at the same time, started getting goosebumps. Like you could see our hair raise up on our arms, and we both felt compelled to look up. And there was this like real angry energy from the stairs that just kind of drove us out of here. It's really hard to explain. We were just talking, and all of a sudden we were both like, we gotta get out of here. Like we ran out together, and we couldn't really explain why. It just felt like someone was pushing us out.
You know, when you just feel like someone's eyes burning into you. It was late at night. We were just talking, having a conversation. We weren't even trying to investigate paranormally, but we both kind of froze in the same moment and just had this feeling that we needed to get out.
So this is the parlor, we believe is the parlor because of the fireplace. There's a bigger one over in the judges' quarters, so that also could have been the parlor. So right now we have it set up for a Victorian morning exhibit. For Tri-C's first investigation here, this was not set up like this. There was a table with some chairs right in between these windows. And so it was actually my first investigation with the Tri-C Ghost Hunters was here. And so I was sitting with my lead investigator. We were the only ones in the room. And the blinds were drawn just like this, so there was no light coming in. But she was seeing a visible red orb with her own eyes floating around this top left corner of the room. Our other investigations, we had nothing happen down here. But then one day, the owner of the location, name's Donna, she reaches out to us and she goes, hey, did you guys like lock up properly and stuff last night? And we're like, yes, ma'am. She goes, well, when I came in this morning, this woman right here was knocked over in like a really bizarre way. So she was wondering if we had knocked her over or anything. And I was like, no, she was fine when we left. If you were to knock her over, she would kind of fall left or right, but she was found face down in between the fireplace and the table. So it looks like she was like deliberately repositioned. I kind of want to spend more time in here to see what that was, because that didn't happen when we were here, and it was too weird of a fall. We even tried to knock her over and recreate it. We couldn't do it. So it looked like something happened.
Very strange.
And this would all be where the sheriff would live up in this area, right?
Yes, so this is all the sheriff's residence. We believe down here to the right is the master bedroom where they would stay. And then through this door was the women's holding cells. But there were 3 cells originally here in the holding cells where they'd keep women, or just sort of like a drunk tank for the weekend. Like I mentioned, it's really small, so they would be let out of here to go help down through these stairs to help the matron cook dinners. In this room, we try not to make it too seance-y, but we usually come in here and sit in a circle. And there is the spirit of an older woman who is very talkative in this room. Almost every time we come in here, she wants to communicate with somebody. At one point, we had a 15-minute conversation with her, and she was expressing that she has an adult child who's still alive, and she really has like a message to get across to them. So she seems very intelligent and self-aware. She loves to talk to people in here.
So interestingly enough, the land that this jail was built on was originally intended to be a cemetery. There have never been graves here. No one has ever been buried here. It was never used for that intention. But it's been said that water and limestone can attract paranormal activity. Delaware County is known for its limestone. We have had several quarries and still do to this day. All the buildings in this neighborhood have at least a foundation of limestone. This one is built from limestone.
I would say this hallway and this back bedroom on the left are our most active areas in the building. Our first investigation here, we were divided up into groups and we split. I'm coming down the hallway and everyone else is at the top of the stairs. And once I get to about right here, I see something out of the corner of my eye, so I glance over. And in this room, I see a really short shadow figure. It wasn't a shadow like casting on the wall. It was standing upright and it was completely solid black. I couldn't see through it. It was significantly shorter than me and significantly thinner than me. It was like a child. When I look at it, it's sort of upright, but it drops into like an uh-oh pose, like I caught it doing something. And I watch it turn towards the wall and then it vanishes.
This is a unique living experience that not many children had the chance to learn about or to experience. You know, it's very pivotal, I think, in anyone's life. If you grow up living in a jail, but not being an inmate, but just because your dad has the job of being the sheriff, I think that's gonna leave a mark on you.
So far I can think of 3. I'm pretty sure a young child here, and then an adult man, adult woman.
Okay.
I don't know if they're related, but that seems to be the voices that we pick up on.
Interesting.
Yes.
We'll have to focus on this too.
Be very mindful of where you step up here.
Absolutely.
Should I turn this light on?
Yeah, you can.
This is really cool.
It is.
Oh, wow.
That skeleton right there behind you.
It seems like there's something that will come up here to kind of hide and hang out, but when people come up, they move, and you'll really only catch it with like really quick K2 meters going off, really quick temperature spikes, and they're like hiding. I think that whatever's up here doesn't really want to be interacted with, and it will make sure that it's staying away from you. So what we'll do when we investigate up here is kind of leave voice recorders kind of all over the place, and then just leave it alone all night and just see if we capture anyone whispering and kind of staying silent.
Abandonment?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen several people that have been here on their own investigations, and you know, some of the things that they have found certainly make you wonder. There was a story about someone who worked here, and they said, "Have you met Paula yet?" to someone else who worked with us at the Historical Society. And coincidentally, the night before, the investigative team that was here had picked up evidence spelling the name Paula.
Yeah. So what this area down here was used for is still sort of a mystery. Right now it's used as storage. But on all the plans and all the architecture, this is listed as solitary confinement. We've done surveys on the walls. We have not found any evidence of there being any kind of screws, bolts, or anything in the wall. So if it ever did house inmates, it never had any kind of dividers. The floor is also the original dirt floor that was used in most cellars. So again, if anyone was down here, they were just kind of sleeping in the dirt unless they had cots. So because of that, it's sort of an internal debate about whether they actually housed inmates down here.
Yeah. Maybe for a short time it was solitary. And
Definitely.
Then they discontinued that practice.
Because in the 1800s, like inmates' rights weren't where they are now. So really anything could have happened.
Wow, this is like a dungeon down here.
We brought a group down here and they were using those like ultraviolet lights that you add to your camera so they can see things that we can't see with our eyes. And they're going up and down, just kind of looking down the hallway. And they stand about right here and they film and they're just kind of taking pictures. And throughout multiple pictures, you see like this white ghastly form sort of peek its head out around one of these columns and then it disappears. So they grab me and they're like, "Can you go stand on there and like kind of lean out? We're gonna take pictures and see if we can recreate that motion." And I'm like, "Sure." So I walk all the way down here in the dark and I'm standing behind the brick column and I'm like playing peekaboo with them. And I can hear behind me, it's not a tarp, but it's like some really old papers. I hear like shuffling, like footsteps. And I look back thinking it's like a mouse. And there's like feet print in the dust back there. I don't know if it just happened, but it was enough to freak me out. And I came running back up here because they had pictures to show me of like, look, this is like some white misty thing like peeking at us. And I heard movement. So that was enough for me.
This is terrifying down here.
Yes. Be a good place for a solo later. I think it's my turn, right?
It is. So is this the end of the tour then?
I think so, yes.
I think so. All right. Well,
Seen everything.
You ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready to set some cameras up once the sun goes down and see if we can capture anything when the Delaware County Jail is completely empty?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Did you hear that?
I did hear that. It just went off slightly.
You like that red light? You can play with that. We brought it for you.
Okay. Yep, just don't kick that cat ball.
Turn it on.
We'll be back soon, but all these toys are for you. Feel free to play with them. If there's any kids here.
All right, so we are getting ready to leave for abandonment. We have 4 cameras set up throughout the Delaware County Jail, and we are going to leave for about an hour, go get dinner, and we'll review this and find out what happens when this haunted jail is left completely empty.
Yes, I hope the spirits here at the Delaware County Jail come out and speak with us and feel comfortable doing so.
Yep, I hope so too. We have a camera right here in the actual jail itself, in the cell block, along with the meter back here on the stairs and a few other devices that they can move, touch, play with, make light up and flash. Over in the sheriff's house, we have a camera up on the 2nd level there. Now that's where Nova told us that he always sees shadow figures and that they believe there are children that run back and forth throughout that area. We not only have the REM pod in there, but also motion sensors. So if anything moves, you'll hear the dinging, the flashing, and possibly even the REM pod going off.
Yes.
There's a 3rd camera up in the attic. Now that was a storage area from everything that we know, but Nova said that children would play up there. Children of the sheriffs would play up there. We have a camera set up with the tri-field meter sitting in front of it, so if there's any spikes in EMF, that'll pick it up. Also, the 4th and final camera is down in the basement, the solitary dungeon.
The catacombs.
The catacombs, as they call them. That area is probably the creepiest part of this building. And we have some equipment set up with a very wide angle action cam to cover different hallways and corners of that basement dungeon catacomb area.
Oh yeah.
So let's leave these set up, see what happens when we're gone, and hopefully the spirits of the Delaware Jail will come out and show us that they're here.
I hope so.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
You
Real
want me-
quick though, Ryan.
Yeah.
We're leaving!
That was a long one.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Shutting door.
Dead like looks pretty dead.
It is dead. All right, so we were getting ready to start our first session here at the Delaware County Jail. Right now we're on the first floor, but this isn't where we're going to be investigating. We're going to go up to the second floor where the Tri-C Ghost Hunters investigator, Nova, told us about some shadowy figures and some very bizarre activity on the second floor of the sheriff's house. But while we were gone on abandonment, we didn't even think that this room that we're standing in right now, which was what some sort of
Parlor.
but they use it as like a memorial museum, it looks like, because they have post-mortem photographs over here on the wall behind Dave. They have a child's casket right here and an example of a mourning outfit from the Victorian era. This was what was strange. So I'll show you a clip of our walkthrough when we walked through here with Nova, and you'll notice that her hat was on.
If you were to knock her over, she would kind of fall left or right, but she was found face down in between the fireplace and the table, so it looks like she was like deliberately repositioned.
When we got back from abandonment and Melissa led us back into the building, she found, as we walked by, she said, "Did you take her hat off?" We said, "No, we didn't take her hat off. We haven't even touched her tonight." That hat was laying on the ground.
Yeah.
Don't know why it was there, so we have a thermal imaging camera that we're going to leave in this room to pick up on any strange fluctuations in temperature in this space, in hopes that if something happens, that thermal imaging camera will capture it. So anyone that wants to knock her hat off again, feel free. We would love to see that.
We would.
We're going upstairs.
Let's do it.
If there's anyone up there, any of the children, any of the inmates, or any of the sheriffs or their wives, we don't mean to intrude. My name is Ryan, and this is Dave right down here.
Hello, everybody.
We're here to speak to you. We're here in hopes that you'll tell us your story. There are a lot of people all over the world, including us, who have questions about the strange and unusual things that happen around us and possibly even what happens to us after we pass on. And you're in a unique position to be able to show us that you can still hear us or move things or touch things or interact with us.
You can help us know if you're here by setting off some of these devices that we have. They have really bright lights on them, and you can just try and go up to them and touch them, and they will turn on, and that'll let us know you're here. Could you try doing that for us?
Is there someone here named Paula? Paula, if you're here, we'd love to get a chance to talk to you. Is one of the sheriffs here with us? That was me. We have a motion sensor set up right here in this doorway covering this room. Earlier when we were setting up, we walked by and this motion sensor went off.
Why did that just go off? Shouldn't have.
It was this one that went off. I saw it light up. That's kind of weird.
You don't think something...
if there's someone in this room, if you can see it there on the desk, on the side of the desk, there's a broom. And that broom is leaning up against the desk. Can you push it so it falls over? We would love to speak to you, but we can't see where you are, so the only way we're going to know is for you to give us a sign of where to go. Can you give us that sign?
If there's anybody from the sheriff's family here, can you move a door or knock on something? Let us know.
Are there any children here? We heard that there's kids that like to run around and play up here. Knock stuff over.
This is the room that Nova said that he saw a shadow in. So if you're in here, let me know. What if I close this door here? Maybe you'll push it back open for me. Can you do that? Can you push that back open?
I have a box that we're going to try and use to speak with you, and I'm sure some of your other friends have brought one in here to use. So you may have used one before. Can you walk across that cell? If you do, we'll hear it.
Oh.
You all right? What happened? What happened? Are you all right?
Yeah. I turned around and your shadow. It was like a solid black figure standing there. It scared the crap out of me. Cause I was just thinking, oh, this is the room he saw the shadow in. See your shadow?
Hold on.
It's so pronounced.
Let me see if I can get it on the without the IR. Turn your IR off. There I am.
That is what scared me.
Oh gosh.
Wow. All right, I feel like a moron. Anyway, back to it.
If there's anyone here that wants to speak to me, I have this box in my hand and it'll actually allow me to possibly hear your voice. Can you come through and say hello?
Can you tell us what your name is?
What?
Couldn't make that out.
Couldn't make that out either. Who's the man's voice we just heard?
Something about a light.
Something. Who is this? Or is this a sheriff? Is there someone in this room right here? Isabel, are you here?
That was creepy.
Isabel, we heard you were the wife of the first sheriff here. What?
What?
We're trying to speak to Isabel. We heard Isabel passed away here because she lived here with her husband and family when they were in charge of the jail. Is Isabel here? Whoa. Did you hear that?
Yeah, that was creepy.
That was a creepy voice.
What was that?
Front door.
I heard that.
Are you at the front door? Did someone knock off the hat of the doll downstairs? Hold on. What's going on? Oh, wow. Something's going on. Do you remember what Nova said about the attic being a hiding place
For the kids?
for the kids, or really for anyone? He says he felt like they go up there to get away from people when there's people in here.
Yeah.
So what if I took a camera? You stayed down here with a camera, and I took a camera and just made a pass up through the attic.
Okay.
And we see if my presence in the attic brings anything down here to you. It's worth a shot.
Let's do it.
Okay. Let's go. I'm gonna roll on GhostTube. See if anything comes through and talks to me when I walk up here.
I'm going to move the REM pod over.
Okay. Is there anyone up there? I'm gonna come up. Nova told us that there's someone up here who likes to hide. That whenever you want to get away from people downstairs, you come up here. Are you up here with me?
Okay, so Ryan has gone upstairs to see if he can make any type of communication up there. And I'm going to step in here into the old women's cells. And I got a cold chill as soon as I walked through the door there. And I can feel cold air on my camera hand. Hello, is there somebody here with me? Can you tell me what your name is, please?
Now's the time to go downstairs and say hello to Dave if you don't want to talk to me up here. I'm going to walk down through here.
You know, we have a couple devices set up that you can interact with. They won't hurt you. And you won't be in trouble with the sheriff. Can you try and touch one of those devices? Let me know you're here.
This is the deepest part of the attic right here. I'm going to have to turn around to get down in here. Okay. It's more like a ladder to get down in here. Got it.
Shot.
Whoa. Were you shot by someone in the jail? Is that why you hide out?
Am I a ghost?
I guess so. It's very weird. It's not like I'm walking through a field of like wires or electricity or anything that would be causing magnetic spikes either. So I don't know why these words are coming through.
What did you do to get put in here? If you were innocent, can you make a knocking sound? Can you knock on this table right here behind me if you were innocent?
But my goal as a paranormal researcher is to try and see if you can interact with me beyond this life, beyond this plane, to see if you can come through and intelligently interact with us. I'm not sure what that would be for, this huge metal tub. If you guys know what this is for, let me know in the comments down below. My first thought was maybe that was the water tank, but that would not be a lot of water for the number of inmates that they had here at one point. I mean, you can imagine 46 people plus the sheriff plus the staff. They use a lot more water than that. I don't know what it's for. I'm gonna walk back down, try and get out of here and go find out if anything happened to Dave.
Right over here in front of me on the steps, I have a device sitting there. All you have to do is go sit down on those steps, and it'll let me know that you're here. Would you mind doing that for me? That's okay if you don't want to. I'm not trying to make you perform. I'm just curious if you can hear me.
I'm coming back down.
Okay. Ryan's on his way back down. Can you make one of these go off real quick?
Anything happen? No? Shoot. Do you want to go down to the jail, the cell block, and try an Estus method spirit box session? I want to try an experiment that someone put in our chat the other day. And that is, what if we put the SLS camera and set it up on the person that's listening, along with a night vision camera, to see if when the voices come through, if any unexplainable figures show up beside them.
It's a good idea.
It is. I think it'd be a lot of fun to try. Might be pretty interesting.
Let's do it.
All right, so we're getting ready to go lights out here. Dave is down on the first level setting up some equipment. Up here on the second level of the actual jail cell block is where I'm going to be doing the listening to the spirit box. And I have an SLS camera that is going to be set up on me and anything around me on this tier, in hopes that if anything comes through and speaks to me, that the SLS camera will be able to pick it up, capture it. If it maps anything strange, could be paranormal, could be someone getting close to me to try and talk to me. So we'll find out. This is going to be an interesting experiment. But let's go lights out and see what happens. So yeah, I mean, it is lights out now, and I'm getting ready to walk up there to listen to the spirit box while Dave asks the questions. The whole point of it is that I am sensory deprived. I don't know what he's asking, and if any of the answers I call out are relevant, then we know it might be actually someone speaking to us. The thing is when we perform the Estus Method Spirit Box session, we record the Spirit Box audio that is coming into the headphones and play it as I'm listening, so you all can hear it as well. So when I hear voices, so will you.
That's right. We're the only channel that does it. Don't forget it. Make sure you hit that like button.
That's right, and subscribe. All right, and sweeping, and blindfold on.
All right. Ryan, can you hear me? Ryan, I won the lottery.
Me?
All right, inmates. My name is Dave. That is my friend Ryan up there sitting on the second tier.
Oh, that was weird. A voice very quickly and whispery said fire.
Wow.
And then there was a voice as I was talking there, but I missed it. Oh, that was weird. And then there was a voice as I was talking there, but I missed it.
So it seems you already know how to do this. I'm going to be asking questions. And I want you inmates to respond through the radio that Ryan has up there. So if you have any responses for me, they go through him. Do you understand?
You are.
Do you understand?
It sounded like someone just said fire again.
Are you worried about a fire? Why are you worried about a fire? Did somebody set a fire in here? Oh. Oh. Oh, stay, I think is what it said. Stay. Oh. Oh, that might have cracked a rib. That hurt. Inmate, did you see me get hurt? I'm going to walk down first tier here. Again, my friend Ryan is right up above me. Can you tell him how many fingers that I'm holding up?
Here.
Tell him how many fingers
Me.
I'm holding up.
Both sounded like a child.
Is there a child in here? How old are you?
Hi there.
Hi.
Sounded like a child also.
Did you follow us from the sheriff's quarters? If you did, tell Ryan. Say, yes, I did.
I'm feeling a strange presence behind me. That's me. That was weird.
Ooh, that is weird. Are you standing up there behind Ryan? If you're up there with Ryan, and that's you that he can feel. There's an orange light right beside of him. Can you try and touch that? It's sitting on the bars. How many years were you locked up in here?
Never.
You were never locked up in here?
It sounded like a man said leave.
Why do you want us to leave? We're just here to talk.
Oh, wow. That one scared me. That was so loud I couldn't even understand it.
Oh, wow.
That one made me jump.
Wow.
It was like a man screaming in my ear.
Who is screaming? Tell him what your name is, please. Any other inmates in here ever run into that thing and hurt themselves?
I thought I heard leave again.
If you want us to leave, set that device off that's beside Ryan up there. It's on the bars. All you have to do is touch it.
You got it?
All right, go for it. Go do it. I heard there were men in here who did more time for being drunk than for ending somebody's life. Is that true? Did you do more time for being drunk than someone else did for ending somebody's life?
Try me or behind me? I couldn't tell which one it was.
You know, walking around here, I saw a lot of your artwork on the walls of your home.
I think it said Steve.
I hope you know that Ryan and I don't mean you any disrespect by being in here. I'm going to come upstairs. Is that going to make you angry?
Up.
Yes. Who is this that's talking to me? What's your name?
Me.
I misspoke earlier. When I asked you to touch the light beside Ryan, I said that it was orange, but it's actually green. Can you try and touch that green light? I just got hit with a wall of dread.
I keep hearing multiple voices just going, leave, 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 leave.
My ears are ringing, and I've got this sense of dread. Is that you? Why do you want us to leave so bad?
You. Snitch.
I'm not a snitch. Have you ever been down in here before? I just heard like a whistling sound. Have you ever been down this hallway here before, between the cells?
Nope.
Should I come down there? Do you want me to come down? All right, you guys. I'm going to walk down in here. Hello? What was that? Ryan? What was that? Ryan? If that's you making that banging sound, can you do it again? Hello? Are you here with me?
Oh, wow. Loud voice. Sound like it said, you leave.
Do you want me out of here? Am I not allowed back in here?
Yeah.
Is that what I heard? Was you out here walking around?
You bitch.
Why would you call me that? Throw something at me. Throw something at me. I'm going back down now.
Killed.
I don't believe that. Okay, the boiler's just kicked on. We heard all of the meals in here were home cooked. Were they good? That is the boiler.
That's true.
That's true. Wow. What is your name? You're answering my questions. Can you tell me your name?
Whoa. Scattered, but it was very loud. Again, like almost busted my eardrums. Man's voice. Or scared. I can't remember. I couldn't tell which one it was. It might have been scared.
What are you scared of? Oh, jeez.
Oh, that was something just vibrated and shook.
That was me.
Tired.
Don't get upset that we're in here. You know, we were given permission to be in here.
Basement.
We just want to talk with you, that's all.
That was weird. Very clear man's voice, but it was fragmented. It was like basement.
Should we make our way to the basement? What did they do in that basement? What were those used for?
Oh, something just touched the back of my neck. Oh. That was weird. And then a voice came through. Man's voice.
Who was that just touched Ryan on the neck?
Oh, another voice just came through. Fun thing or something like that.
Are you laughing at Ryan getting scared?
Shut up.
Sorry, bub, I'm not going to shut up. If you want me to shut up, you're going to have to set off one of these devices. It's the only way. You know that you've passed away, right? You're no longer living.
Sounded like someone just said.
Ryan,
Yeah.
we've been going like 40, 45 minutes,
Okay.
and the action cam is dying and stuff.
Okay. How was that? Any responses?
Yeah, there was some interesting stuff.
Good.
Hi.
Whoa. Dude,
Can you roll that ball down here to me?
the mail just went off, and I don't think it was me walking by either.
Push that down here for me.
Can you throw it down the stairs?
Why is it still going on? I don't know.
Do you like playing with that doll?
This is the first thing that's happened all night.
Yeah. If you're one of the kids, try tossing that down the stairs.
And that ball has sat in many places in many different parts of the jail tonight and has not gone off at all. You don't have to be shy. We put that there for you. Can you try it again? I'll count down for you. 3, 2, 1, go. Are you serious, man? Wow. Thank you. On command. Yeah. That adds so much more validity to it. So much more credibility to it. You know, 4 steps down from that ball, there's another thing with orange lights. Can you try and touch that? Wow. I'm coming with the camera. Is that your favorite toy? If it is, can you light that up? Whoa. EDI just went off? Yeah. You know, it's weird. What? That ball went off the entire time you were gone, but as soon as you came back in, it stopped. If you want me to leave, I'll leave. I'm going to go down to the basement and go talk to whoever wants me down there. Are you afraid of Ryan here? EDI went off. Wow. If you want Ryan to leave, can you light up the ball again and he'll leave? Yeah, I see you found that one now. Can you sit there right on the step beside it for me? Sit down there and have a chat with me. Okay, I'm kicking Ryan out now. I'm gonna go explore the basement. Thank you, sir. You're welcome. All right, he's gone. The headphones that I'm wearing are made by Lucid Audio, and they have microphones built into them that are sound amplification microphones. Now, we actually did some experiments when we received these headphones, and we discovered that there were some things and frequencies that our ears couldn't hear that came through these headphones. So we believe that there might be some audio experiment qualities to this that allow us to hear voices that our ears can't hear. So I have the key to the basement right here, and I'm gonna go down in by myself. There it is. Door is unlocked. Key going in, and the good thing is nobody's gonna be able to get in here because the door locks behind me. All right, guys, so Ryan went downstairs to the basement. I was gonna go up and do one moving around up on the next floor, but where I hit my rib on that door in there is kind of painful, so I don't want to be up and moving around because it hurts when I start moving my arm around. If there's somebody in here with me, Ryan and I have been here all night. My name is Dave. I just heard a knocking sound from somewhere. Again, my name is Dave. Somebody likes to make the hat on this lady here fall off onto the floor. Who is that? Who likes to do that? Now this door right here in front of me, it's listed on all of the blueprints and plans as being solitary, but the Historical Society is not really sure whether that's true or not, because they said that the treatment of the inmates here at the Delaware County Jail was very fair, and they didn't believe that they'd be locking them in the basement. But who knows, in the early years, fair could mean many different things. So it could have been solitary for those that misbehaved, but
It's a big open dungeon-like area that almost looks like catacombs, and it's very creepy. So I'm gonna be in here alone in the creepiest part of this jail.
Are you still over there on the steps? This mannequin is very creepy. Can you go over there and stand beside the mannequin, the lady there with the hat on? Can you throw her hat on the floor again like you did earlier? We weren't here when you did that though, so I'd like to see it.
All right, so I am officially ready down here. It took me a while, but whew, low ceiling. These dungeons are very creepy. I set up the REM pod right over here. And I have the tri-field meter right here, which, oh my God. Hello? Who's here with me? If you're here, can you walk towards me? Step right in front of me if you can. That's the first time that REM pod has gone off in at least 4 investigations.
I'm staring right at her. So now would be the perfect time to do that. It's okay, you're not going to get in any trouble. Are you one of the sheriff's children? Is your dad a sheriff? He had a very stressful job, didn't he?
I had a feeling that I should have set that REM pod there. Is there somebody down here with me? I'm not even... What the Hello. Thank you. What's your name? There's nothing around it. It's not a bug. Whoa. These have not gone off all night. Is there someone down here in this basement? Who's walking up to me? Okay. I want to explore the rest of this place, but I don't want to move away from this REM pod. I'm wearing headphones that it's believed I can hear you through. If you get close to me and speak and try and say your name.
Where did you go? Guys, take note that that ball has not gone off a single time since. See this lady sitting in front of me here in the black dress? She's holding something in her hands. Can you try and see what it is? Try and pick it up.
Nova told us that they want to know what this was used for. I just heard a rock move. It sounded like something was thrown at me. Is someone moving rocks down here? This is beyond creepy. Dirt floors. Call me crazy, but I love exploring these creepy ass buildings in complete darkness. I'm down here alone. If you wanted to, you could hurt me. Can you throw something?
I just want to know that there's somebody here. Did you like living here? I saw something with my eyes right here on the edge of this door. But there's nothing. I thought maybe it was a light coming in from outside, but all of the blinds are down. There's a car going by now. I don't see anything. I spin around. I didn't spin that hard, so I don't think it was me setting that off. Do you like all of the work that's being done on the house, on the building? They're trying to restore it.
This is where Nova said he had something come up behind him. Heard something move behind him. Really freaked him out. I'm gonna turn this way, same way he was facing. And I have these things on my ears that can really help me hear you. Can you come up behind me? You know what, I'm gonna try actually. I forgot I have this. I'm gonna roll on ghost tube box. I'm down here all by myself. Can anyone use this box in my hand to speak to me?
Which was?
Who was setting off that light?
Patient.
My name is Ryan. What's your name?
Someone made this light turn on a little bit ago. Made it change colors, made it play the sound. Made the sound turn on. This really is one of the only ways I haven't really walked down. Do you want me to come down there? What's down here? I couldn't make that out. The lucids are great for amplification, but sometimes it makes it hard to hear. Walking around the REM pod. I'm coming back. Who's back here?
Well, we're going to get ready and leave here in just a couple of minutes. Can you say goodbye to me by making that ball light up again? Just one time. What was that? I don't know what that was, but it sounded like something just got thrown right over here. Did you just throw something over here?
I'm going to turn this box off. Can you tell me what this basement, this dungeon, these catacombs, this space, what was it used for? Outside. Outside. That was creepy. Got this. I have that. Now all I have to do is find my way out of here. Damn. It is dark down here. Okay, there's the door. I can see some light. I can see some daylight.
What was that noise right here in front of me? Did you throw something?
Daylight, daylight, daylight.
All right, I think I just heard Ryan close the basement door. I don't know what that was. That was freaky. It sounded like something got thrown right there. Coming.
Hello, sir.
Hi.
I'm back.
Okay.
How's it going in here?
It was fairly quiet until right up there at the end.
Really?
I was sitting there and it sounded like something threw something,
Yeah.
and I don't know what it was.
Huh. How long before I came back up here?
It was before you closed the basement door because I could hear that.
Okay.
Well, this has been another successful investigation. It's been a lot of fun coming out here to the Delaware County Jail. And a huge thank you to Tri-C Ghost Hunters for inviting us out tonight. We have had a blast.
Yeah, it was really bizarre how at the beginning of the night it was very quiet on that second floor and attic, and then as we moved into the cell block for the Estus session, things started to pick up. And then this last session that we did here is just absolutely insane, off the chain.
Yeah.
It's a very, very unique and haunted jail here in Delaware County, Ohio, and Delaware, Ohio. So,
Oh, yeah.
anyone watching, if you want to investigate the Delaware County Jail, contact Tri-C Ghost Hunters or contact the Delaware Historical Society, and they'll get you set up with an investigation here. They want to start doing more of these, and it is a fantastic and very unique place to investigate, so don't miss out on it.
Yeah, don't miss out on it. Another thing you shouldn't miss out on is clicking that thumbs up button to help us get to 7,000 thumbs up. And go check out our website, paranormal.quest. We've got a whole bunch of really cool features over there. There's a live chat. We always say we have the best community on YouTube, and everybody's getting together over there on the website. We have a community tab, live chat. Everybody's talking with each other. It's a lot of fun.
It is. Make sure if you're new here, you hit that subscribe button because we don't want you to miss an episode. So that means turn on those bell notifications, set them to all, because we have a lot of cool locations coming up as we explore the most haunted places in the world on this Paranormal Quest.
That's right.
We'll see you next time, guys.
See you next time.
Bye.